Today, Rinpoche went over all of the hindrances to generosity and their antidotes as well. Jeju Jaje 84. 384. Then Yenji Kera. Gupi Gune Jindu Miroa. Okay. Okay. So welcome everyone to the Chenrezig Center, and especially welcome Brian Celius. He's here from Ohio. He's been Rinpoche's doctor since he got to the United States, and has been instrumental in his care. So we always say this whenever you're here. Rinpoche looks at you like medicine Buddha, and we just want to say thank you, because in the beginning stages of our center, when Rinpoche first got here, we got a call that said, hey, the retired Abbot of Dalai Lama's monastery wants to retire at your center in Middletown, Connecticut. And we were barely making the phone bill and rent. We were nowhere prepared to do this. So Rinpoche came to us with the beginning diagnosis of diabetes, so we really needed help with medication, and it's very expensive. And Brian provided all of it for free. He sent it to us through the mail, and we just couldn't have been able to pull that off without his help. So that's why we're here today, is because of people like Brian, who helped us in the beginning when we just had nothing but inspiration and desire to study. So I just want to say, as always, thank you, Brian. And Rinpoche just told me where we are, 384 in the Tibetan, which doesn't help you at all. So we are on, what one? What do you think? 384. Past that.
Yeah, we left off at 135.
Number 4.
Yeah, 135.
Inappropriate giving from the viewpoint of material things, I believe. Let me just double check. This is Jipa, Rinpoche? Gupi Gune Jindu Meruane. It must be it. Okay, yeah, that must be it. Inappropriate, because it wouldn't start in 384. Oh, that begins 384. Hold on one second. I think that Rinpoche is even further than that. Give me one. Number 5 is actually 136 is where Rinpoche is beginning today. Are you saying we skipped something?
We left off last week at 135.
130.
Right, we would have picked up at number 4.
We should be at number 4?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Okay.
You were correct.
Okay, so let me just figure that out then. Rinpoche, Khensur Tsampa de ngatsu ngupi gune jintu miruane tok de rangi pamadang sochadang chepi zatondang Khensur Tsampa. Ngopi gune jintu, the page chipa sumja jeju the 384. The
Inappropriate giving for the viewpoint.
Okay. All right. Konde dak part the chigadu. Okay. Thank you again, Lich.
Yeah.
It's easy because he has so many commentaries, and we both do. It's very easy to miss one section, so it's helpful to have people taking notes. So that's where we're going to begin, where I said initially, page 135, number 4, inappropriate giving from the viewpoint of material things. Okay, Diksung Rinpoche, Tuchena.
Sushadan Jebi Zadun dance, Sushadan Jebi and Kala the Jimatan Jumares, Dama Jebatan, Tejan, Tawala, Memebe, Potan Chomatan, Jela Sobatan, Potan, Chuma Jilu Genji, Riji, Metabos, the tenji to matawa la song jang ngabu tuche wa na yu ngabi gune yendu morwa kong le ja gu res jermje
Leso.
da ga de ngabi gune yendu morwa susu phama de jen je ba tang ju mares sucha da ji be khala ne je bal tang ju mares da ma de ba da te jang to wa la ane ko yima ta le me ba me be bodan choma da trela soba dans
Rinpoche,
yobola soba
the NGK, the kala dan toa, the bu your
what the kala no mbo yoga ina
Oh, okay.
de jimba ta
Okay,
yomas
tuche.
zadon da dama te ba da te ja to wala me be ne bodan choma je ne trela soba yobo trela soba da bodan choma chelo jen je riji metabos what to jiba da yo mar se den sar the trench to metawala song jang ngobu tu che ngobu gune jen do ro la ja go re si jen bu what about the ju na
Then the dondagare, the choma dan pugo dan chuma, the dakpar, the le labuldu NGK, the dondagare Rinpoche, the chuma
san ta su jeme la ma
leso
jeme
gi
je tren la so yo bu je
leso
so ba da na bo da
richi
chuma chelu jen je riji bo da bo chelu jen san na jun da je ba ni la wa yu chelu jen je riji metabo jen do mo ro
okay. Gee.
trenji gu ne metawa song jans ngobu tu che ngobu gu ne jen do mo ro la ja gu re si je mi yeah.
Okay. So again, number 4, page 135, inappropriate giving from the viewpoint of material things. Inappropriate giving from the viewpoint of material things is, for example, such gifts as your parents, food and drink that have bugs, a child, wife, servant, etc., whom you have not told, or even if told, does not want to be given away, or a child or wife who are persons of the sort who have been accustomed to comfort. I asked Rinpoche about that specific line, a child or wife who are persons of the sort who have been accustomed to comfort, and we didn't get really anywhere. Though it is said that you should not give your child, wife, etc. into servitude, I have included them here among material things because the gift of material things is the form of generosity that is emphasized the most. Okay. And again, just remember when this was written, when this was in the time that this was written, there were kings and servants and jesters, and it was in the 1400s. So you just have to remember and then apply it as a translator's note to these times. Okay, Dixon.
ne chanto je de son de chugu na son la ro chugu son dans de les jembe yu la ba chanje je so na la sen sena yi san ba me jin ge jo la nyawa ko yina ho la ma ji je ne ba me ba son de sa
the Dondagare, Selbuyo Mare, the Shansa, the Dondagare, NGK, the Kensapo.
The dual, the son those that Chugu Sonsana, Chugu Sabini Euro,
Lasso,
and the Shanta said
Shantap done
Shanta Chugu Naja Sontra.
Okay.
What the
Tonka Yomare.
Tonga. Okay. What the son the Jibatanju Maris, the Chugu Nason, Galon Kogu,
the Jimadangamare. Okay.
Chugu no so manya na nyeba yungu ro. Tala ba doale chugu son da chugu don haje chanto son bute yeba tanju mares. Tele jembe yuje laba sanje je na la sena ye samba meji Gishula Nyakoina, and then Honda Jibatan and Honda
So do.
Maji Jan Yaba Mabas, and no Jimba Madonna, Jim Messon Yoris, Sonde, Chekitos, Chansatel of Doa Injure. Chekito, Shanju Sambara to Shonyu, Chugu Sumatuba, Shanju Sambara to Shoma, Del Chugu Nason Google, the Shimatanju Maris, Tamate Contre Doa. Shanju Sambara to Shonyu, Chugu Sun, Chugu Naje, Shanta Sun, Matuba, Geshe Lharampa Sanje Jesu Nawa, Leje Longshe Tan, Dwala Riba Nevi, Jesu Tumba. Joata Kede, Lama Deba Nala, Susutate, Jimba Shena, Kanamato, Jimba Dana, Nebayo Mares, Kanamato Medos, Kede, Gishula Tubi, Shinjis, Gishula Tubi Shinji, Gubak Tiche to Inje, Ne Debi Shusu, Debi Konso, Toba Maimbe, Jimba Marina, Kanamatoa, Mebo Kona was, Kana Mebo Kona was, Kede, Gishula, Tibishri Inches, Debi Consul, Toba Maim, Debi Consul, Deba Yebi Consul Toba Maimbe, Jimba Marina, and the Kanamatoa Meto Neba Mares. What did you do? The
Giant Sheba Gatsi Kailan.
The Niba.
Yine Gatsi Yure. Sum. Okay. So there'll be I didn't mention this. There are 3 categories according to Jayan Sheba's commentary and the 4 interwoven commentaries on the difficult points of the great treatise on the stage of the path to enlightenment. A short title. And so the first point is the first paragraph, according to Jayan Sheba. The second point is where the bodhisattva levels is explained. So the bodhisattva levels, Compendium of Determination, says that if you do not satisfy a request for your 3 kinds of religious robes and any religious belongings other than those which the Buddha has permitted renunciates to own, you incur no fault if you do not have a stingy attitude toward them and if they are a requisite to your cultivation of virtue. So it's saying that if a monk or a nun does not, you're not supposed to give away your 3 robes. The 3 robes are your lower robe and then the 2 upper robes, two upper robes, not including, I asked Rinpoche, the shirt that you see the monks wear, which is called the tonka, that has the 2 fangs. Those are considered the fangs of the Lord of Death, by the way, just as a note. Those aren't included in the 3 robes. The 3 robes are the lower robe and then 2 longer yellow types of, I don't know how you would call them, shawls or that you've seen the traditional monks wear. It does not include a shirt. So that's just, I asked Rinpoche what the 3 were, if it included a tonka or not, and he said no. So those are the 3 robes traditionally. They are not supposed to give away because that's all they have really. So it's saying that as long as they aren't stingy in relation to those, even if they don't give them, or maybe they have some other belongings that they have or that they use, that they don't give away. If their motivation is, these things are allowing me to cultivate virtue, these things are allowing me to fulfill my spiritual goals, and you're not attached to them, you aren't miserly, you're not saying, I don't want to give these to this person for a bad reason. So if you keep them and don't give them away, you aren't incurring any negativity as long as there isn't this attachment to those things and there isn't miserliness. And then the actual quote says, if the renunciate bodhisattvas give away extra belongings, robes other than their 3 kinds of religious robes that are permitted by the Buddha, are resources for their bodies and are conducive to maintenance. I think that if renunciate bodhisattvas give away extra belongings, robes other than their 3 kinds of religious robes that are permitted by the Buddha, are resources for their body and are conducive to maintaining their comfort, and do so after they have looked carefully at the persons who want them and ask for them, they do not incur a misdeed. I think it needs to read if they don't give away those things. I think I could be completely wrong, but if you read it, I think it needs, if the renunciate bodhisattvas don't give away, it should say don't give away, do not give away extra belongings, robes, other than the three kinds of religious robes that are permitted by the Buddha, are resources for their bodies. So if these things they don't give away are resources for their bodies and are conducive to maintaining their comfort, and do so after they have looked carefully at the persons who want them and ask for them, they do not incur a misdeed. Even if they do not give them away, they incur no misdeed, as long as their not giving is for the purpose of their cultivation of virtue, and they do not have attachment to them. So it'd take me a while, because it's from the Tenjer, but I'd have to look at how this reads, because it seems almost like there's 2 points in here if it reads the way it reads, and there's 1 point if there's just one word missing. So it's something I'll look into in the list of all the things that I'm going to look into. Then Rinpoche, the Sumba, the Shansembi Susur Tarpale, is this Sumba?
Sumba Shanchu Sembi Susu Tabale.
Okay, Sumba.
Shanchu Sembi Susu Tabale, Zundene Sondu, Tamate Kore, Rijibu Kete, Shanchu Semba, Chugu Sun Yunsu Tanas, Shanchu Sembi, Chugu Naje, Shanto Sumba de Jiba Tamaina, Yunsu Tana, Humbu Tu Juba, Humbu Tu Sheba Juna. Ten de chunga temba marinos, de chun chushin de chunga temba maris. She son be, chugo son shina, shansen rajon la, tongan joros, chugo naje, shanto son be de shanju semba rajon ki jemba tamba yina, and shanju semba rajon nyeba yungures, tongan joro. What about the somba tere?
The Rinpoche, the Gonga me pachig Sumba dig song yene nipa nga triwa yore, the Gonga me pachig, the Shanchu Semba raptu junwe chuga sum matopa, the matopa, the donagare, the meaning
chugo sum maime then jalatan yongurota tulu
matopa sanjegi
chugo sum matobi chugo sum maime and Tolu Lama than Yungurwada. Matuba, Yuji, Lama, Laba, Sanjiji Nawa, Lujulon Shetan, Dwala, Riba Nebi, Jesu, Tumba Juata, Kedel Huabo, Deba Nala, Te Nijimatan Rujis in the
Jimbadang. Jimba Madang Yomari. Jimbadang.
Jimbadang Rujis, the way you can order.
Okay.
Deba Nala. Susutata, Tajije Gures,
Lesso.
Jimba Shina, Kanamato Medo, the Jimbatangina, Yabayo Mares.
Jimbadana, Neba Yomari.
Never you Mares.
Then the Rinpoche, the Long Chi, the Dondani Yoruba? Jimba Dang? Jimba Madang?
Tama de Kundre Kun. Chugunan, Jimbatanju Mazo to Kundran there.
Then the Dunda Tambo, Jimba Dana Digsong. Dunda Nipa, Jimba Madana Digsong. The Danda? Okay, so it looks like there are 2. I went back. I had to. It was driving me. It looks like there are 2 points within that. It's saying that if you give the Choga Sum, the Jimba Dan Digerbe.
Shazen Rajung, Chugos Jimatan Tanju Mariseta, Chugos Yaguro, Chugos Mayan and Chuyoguro.
Okay, we're going to have to go. I don't want to give the wrong point on here, because Rinpoche just said you're not permitted to give the 3 robes. So let me see. If renunciate give away extra belongings, robes other than their 3 kinds. So there are 2 points. It's saying that if they give away, they can't give away their 3 robes. So it says, if renunciate bodhisattvas give away extra belongings, robes other than their 3 robes of religious robes. So they aren't allowed or permitted to give away those 3 robes. So it says, but there are things they're permitted to give. They're extra belongings. Someone's here? Okay. As for them, they do not. So if they give away these belongings after they've assessed the person and so forth, then it's appropriate for them to do so. But if they don't, for reasons also mentioned, then it's appropriate not to do so. So Rinpoche said there are 2 points in here. I would like to look further into it, but that's number 2. So number 1 is the first point, the first paragraph. Number 2, the Bodhisattva levels. And then number 3, I'll begin now. Bodhisattva vows of liberation says, I'm sorry I spent so much time on that. I just wanted to make sure that I got it right in terms of meaning, because it just wasn't reading as I was reading it out loud. Sometimes it happens. And it might sound absolutely appropriate to everyone in the room but me, but I was stuck on it, so I'm sorry. Bodhisattva vows of liberation says, Shariputra, Bodhisattvas give away their 3 kinds of religious robes, treating the one who asks for them as more important than themselves. They are not relying on few desires. Hence, if renunciate bodhisattvas give away their 3 kinds of religious robes, they incur transgression. Okay, Sumba Laosa.
Yeah, Shanchu Senpa. Shanchu Senpa Susu Taba Les, Shanchu Senpa Susu Taba, Ganju and Tenju and Conjing with it. Sharibu get this, yeah, Oma Les one. Tuji. Yeah, Tuji, what do I should know? Yeah. Ko Tibet Dada.
Moksha Sutra.
Dada Kibore.
Chishina the Do. The Shanchu Samba, the Dole, Ngate Sampa. The Kanjur.
Susu Tabasa,
Ngate Sampa Kanjur.
Kanju no Lu.
Ngate Sampa Kanjur.
Susu Taba Les. Sharibu Kete, Shanchu Sembe, Chugusun Yonsu Tan De, Huabu Turu Sheba Juna. Then Doba Chonga Marin, Doba Chores, Sheson Base, Chugusun Shinas, Chugujin Haji, Chantos with the Jeva Tabaina, Shansan Rajula, Tuan Joros, Shanju Samba Rajul, then Yeba Yungres, Jeva Tanju Maris.
Less so.
What the song was said?
Okay, so Rinpoche just read it again and pointed out about the giving away of the 3 religious robes is a transgression. Shariputra, if the Bodhisattva, so this is from the Bodhisattva vows of liberation. This is from, we believe, the Kangjur. I looked it up in the back, and it looks like it's a sutra. So it says, the Bodhisattva vows of liberation says, Shariputra, if Bodhisattvas give away their 3 kinds of religious robes, treating the one who asks for them as more important than themselves, they are not relying on few desires. Hence, if renunciate bodhisattvas give away their 3 kinds of religious robes, they incur a transgression. So just as a translator's note, that's part of the vows, relying on few desires, and those few desires list things, the 3 robes, da-da-da-da-da. So if you give them away, you're not relying on what has been permitted. Okay, Disa. So now we move on to number 5. Janshe Gatsi Ere.
Then the Gubigu Moro Garundua, Tatin Galendu Namara.
Okay.
Gubigu Nagendo Moroane, Ranga Jella Nebisheto, and Huala Tudan, Chanta Matan, Chantawatan, Ganundri, Jusubi, Gajadan, Dambi, Gajin, Timothy, Mobile Huala, Tada Jimbatan. Jadan Sandala Soba, Sinjela Nebi Sheto, Huabata, Hubatan, Huala, Tada Hubatan, Jimbatabos, Tena Digmarisson Tensata, Gubi Gonejeto Moroane, Ranga Jela Nebi Sheto, Chanjata Tula Soba, Jimbatanju Maris. Chonjatan Tudan, Randa Jela Nebi, Chonjatan, Randa Jela Nebi, Tu, and the Chonja, Jela Suba. Then Madan, Chantawadan, Chan. chantan razagoro da chantawa da gandu dui jusubi gaja da gandu dui jusubi gaja da dembi gashin zimzi ya jala tan yimare zimzi ngobul hwa la tada yimba da ngobu tada yimba da jatan sandala soba ja ta rida seya ge wote jatan sanda da wote ge mumudo wote sandala soba sinjela nebi shedo loba da sinjela nebi shedo loba da lonala tada loba da jimba tabu ndigi mare sunde sare
Lessa. Okay, so number 5, inappropriate giving from the viewpoint of purpose. So here this gets into not giving things that will hurt the person you're giving them to. Inappropriate giving from the viewpoint of purpose is, for instance, when you fulfill a request for poison, weapons, fire, or alcohol, which is for harming either yourself or others. When you meet a request for things to play with and enjoy, but which are associated with a prohibited risk of accumulating the causes of taking a miserable rebirth, or when you satisfy a request for or a request to learn about pits, traps, and so forth for the sake of hurting living beings. Here Rinpoche pointed a couple of the things out. When you fulfill a request for poison, so if you give someone poison that will harm them, or a weapon that could harm them, fire. And then Rinpoche pointed out alcohol is mentioned because alcohol makes people crazy. He used the word crazy, makes people act crazy, or it makes people crazy. Drunk, raze. Raze is drunk. So if you give someone alcohol, they can become crazy drunk. So that's the reason that it's not permitted to give. And Rinpoche also just pointed out the traps, and there's they make these metal boxes that can trap an animal. Rinpoche just pointed that out, and that is something that is inappropriate to give because of the purpose for the things. So again, this is from the viewpoint of purpose, so the purpose that they will be using these things for, as a note. Again, I think that's everything that's included. Digsa.
Then
you
Niba and Jean Kamo Shilla Nebi, such a gamble debatan, and such a level digging Susha to New Rota. Kamo and such a combo, gamble and Nebi Susha. Shilla Nebas and Lamble and Nebi Susha la, never G shitos, such a gamble and Nebi Susha down, never Nebi. Ne sucha la neba jibi shedo sashu dang chulongwa la dada jinba dang sashu dang chulongwa la ne wade jin song dang wade nyeba yungwe maro da sashu dang chulongwa la dada jinba dang jin dang jiga ma jin dang nyeba yungwe res jinba dang yume dang jin la neba ji shedo yume dang jin la neba ji shedo Geshe Lharampa tada jimba dang manzawa naji Lharampa di datewa tabos watu su jimba dang jiga mara sonde sare kala nebi sucha dang lembar nebi sucha la nebi sheto jala tu jimba dang juya ba dang na nyeba yungu re sonde sare.
Okay, so the next This means that it is inappropriate even to give instructions about these things for the sake of bringing harm to the lives and resources of beings. So that's where the first Rinpoche read to. I missed that one sentence, so I just wanted to read to it. So I'll read it again. This means that it is inappropriate even to give instructions about these things for the sake of bringing harm to the lives and resources of beings. Next, other examples are giving land or bodies of water when they are requested for the sake of harming beings that inhabit watery or dry areas. giving political authority over these or other places for the sake of bringing harm to the human inhabitants. I'm going to read all of it. Or when asked for such things by somebody whom you dislike, giving them instead to an enemy of a person. So these will, if giving will harm other beings that inhabit these watery areas or the dry areas.
다 시응어보 시응어보도 나경어보 시응어보서나 가자 마이미 어보도 줄래 잘라도 줄 시응어보라 그러다 나경어보서 가자다 가자기 주지 되버들 나경어보 다 시응어보 동이 시응어보도 나경어보서 이용 그러다 시응어보서나 가자 마이미 어보도는 용으로다 사탄라서부터서 시응어보지 나경어보서 걔한테 가자다 가자기 봉보도 수인지로다.
간삭당 봉보?
가자기 봉보도 수인으로 말해서 시응어부 동유춘에서 다 시응어부 동는 시응어 동기나 안에 심바 동기나 안에 된지그래서 리비 가서 동유춘의 간데서나 시응어부 심바 동유춘인데서
Okay.
Then 담보 네 동유추네 담 달라 사지 가시도 담보들에 때들라 뜸비 마가베 뒤단스 때들라 뜸바 산지 샤자만 보다게 까메나 마가베 뒤단 가자들라 짐바샤와 동한테 매바 많이 신스 가자들라 짐바당이나 매바 많이 봐 만리바 많이 봐 디고요 봐 어떤데 당 워레스 동한테 매바 많이 신 뜻당 참바이나 되고 봐 매바 때 많이 봐이나 아니 짐바당 워레스 아니 어디 당고 들고 봐당 대양 하시발레 두바 Trembon la Sanada Debaina Lebon Ji Shawa She Mazin Jan Huabu Shindu Jen la Jingu de Sa What the Garsa Tayang Hashiba Le Dubi Lebon la Sanada Debaina Lebon Ji Bug Lebon Ji Shawa She Mazin Jan Lebon Ji Shawa She Mazin Pajatana Pajaka She Matsana Ya She Mazin Jan Huabu Shindu Jen la Huabu Pajate Huabu Pajate Sheagun Deba Jen Tela Nejimba Tang Ures Jingu de Tayang Bunyi yuan na, ale, pacha ni yuan na, bugu ni yuan na. Te gu la, me na, bundi ring te gu zo za. Ane pacha ni yuan na, pacha te jing batang. Pacha me na, ane pacha te ring te chala tang, te shan diga res.
Kapija.
Kapija.
Ring, kapija.
Mare, ring. Ngunda mten te shan diga res.
Okay.
Ring te gu zo os, what about the niba tambo tere tambo.
Chanka Yoruba.
Tambo niba somba yindu.
Tambo kabaka.
Tambo,
okay, I can get something. Okay, so there's going to be 3 sections in this, I believe. Let me just read. You must give outer things if the timing is not prohibited by the teacher with respect to the recipient, and if giving the gift to this person is appropriate or suitable. Dene the sena tambo nipa. Deang nga shepe le dopa le pam la sena.
Mena dagi de shimbe tsindala kuba jujang lai sena tanto long majawu nyato sanla neba jinosa.
The Nipa?
The nipa.
Okay, so moreover, if you, as the giver, so this should be number 2. Moreover, you, as the giver, are a person opposite to that explained above, and are stingy with regard to a text. You must give it to a person who asks for it and who wishes to understand it, even though you may not have finished using it. So if you have this miserliness or stinginess about the specific text, you give it. And then it says, this is to say, if you have a second copy, you give that. And if you do not, you should give the cost of having it copied, out. If you do not have the money, you should definitely give the text away, thinking, though by giving this away I may be stupid in this life, it is all right. I will not acquiesce in my stinginess. So rather than giving in to miserliness, you should give it away, even though that means that you, in your mind, maybe I won't be as smart because I don't have this book to read, but at least I haven't succumbed to this stinginess. So that's the point that's being made here. So it's saying that I went back and asked Rinpoche about the copying. He said to give the money. It doesn't say to copy it, as it doesn't in the English, but it says to give the money, the appropriate amount of money for it, for the book. Now, I don't know. The Rinpoche, the NGK, the ring, the ngolte, yene, the jutsengare, kapija, the puik yurbe. He doesn't see anything about copying in the Tibetan, so it's hard to do it live while I'm trying to look at it, but I didn't think I saw it either. But anyway, it just says to give the money, give the appropriate funding for it, and so that's number 2. Digsum.
What did you? That's Ngabang Hashiba, Ngabang Hashiba le Matubing, Hashiba Ngobu Matuba, Nanta, Jabishibits, and the Lombak Jaban de Reduina,
Lesso.
Jabishibits, Jenjapan Chumala Soba, Dabudan Chi the Katene, Jindumoroyans, Jenjapan Chumala Soba, the Katene, Jindumoroyans, Chonla Soba, Jede, Hombala Genos. Chongla suba de lomba kurun jimba tan de de son de sar
de ken sabudu
chongla suba da je de hombala genos o de nieba na de nieba
nipa de becha te yomaribe
nieba
de becha te becha mate
jimbi te de la goba jujan lai sana tanto la majawo nyado san la ngaba genos o de nieba rota somba ngobo seten ngo somba.
Okay. The king, the Jopo, the Sumba. Okay, so number 3, as to material things, you should give everything except those things listed above. If you are a ruler and someone asks for others' children, wives, and so on, it is inappropriate to meet the request by separating each from their families, but you can give them as a whole together with the family, the dwelling, and the like. So you can't separate families. Again, this was written in the 1400s, so it's just giving advice to a king in a very old type of structure.
Da honest what the somba what the somba tejindu ngandu jumanju is ngandu jumanju deba mago chu de ngason che jo marba gawa chu dendro juro dendro lado mal che ya jo
go me pichi Rinpoche the gangin sene Khensur the ngait sampat salandang re the chu jalpo then the Jemen te chogomare dang the pugo te tugomare yene nyamdu kamba dang pama dang pugo nyamdu te digsung the NGK the chigudu
ngobe ngasheba matoba na da
the jopo
jabishebitses lombak jaban de redeba ina
lesso
yenji bodang choma la soba da bodang khate ne jindu mroyans
Lesso.
chongla soba da jede longa la jeno sa
Lesso.
lomba kono khol jimba da san digre sa ta jede longa la jeno.
Okay, decent.
Ta denma
The Jelpo, the Kamba, the Pama, the Pugo, the Kanga?
lomba da
Mejenda te.
digre sa ta
Lumba te?
lomba jimba da na
Lumba. Lumba, the
chong
Sacha?
sacha city so good.
So I went back to this. I guess it reads something like, if another state wishes for, Lumba is a place. So if another place wishes for, you can, is there anyone who's maybe could help me with this? It's something like you could almost make them residents of that state instead of yours, as long as they're all together in that house. It's something to this effect. Then Rinpoche, then in Nyamdu te digre, the Pama, dan Pugo, dan Kamba,
lomba da nga wa de nyangdu jimba da digre song
then Su Jimbadang, the Jelpo Su Jimbadang. La.
Jabu jimba da so marba jimba da de kente da digre da.
Okay, so I don't want to dwell on this, but it has to do with the king's power to be able to state that this house and its inhabitants are someone else's or of some other district maybe, or another kingdom. It almost sounds like that anyway, this is from before times, but I like to get this as literal as we can, because this is the longest archived teaching of the Lamrim Chenmo ever given since Lama Tsongkhapa wrote the Lamrim Chenmo. So it's just important that we can get as much of it correct as possible, because there's never been in history one done this long. Okay. Then Rinpoche read on. Okay, he only read a few sentences, then I interrupted him. Digsung, then Tuche.
Gatsiji ngabu long la jeno sa ngasong jia ge jo de deba mago jo ngasong jo ge jeres deba mago jo ngasong jia jo gawa jo de la da mole jia jo o de ja kumar ba
Lesso.
ne mago chini chonsong ge nyawa ye da ton song je de res
Right.
gawa chini chonsong ge ne la da hama ye da mole je ge res ro
Lesso.
what the susong de sar
Lesso. Okay. Likewise, you must. Where am I here? Likewise, you must meet requests for things to play with that do not become a cause of taking a miserable rebirth, traps, etc., that do not hurt others. I'll just read. Dry or wet places inhabited by living beings, when no harm will come to the beings, and food and drink which do not have bugs. So here we know that the lower realms are created by non-virtue, and the higher realms are created by virtue. So it is the engaging in the 10 non-virtues that create the lower realms of cyclic existence. And the ethics that abandon the 10 non-virtues, the engaging in the 10 virtues, is which creates the higher realms of cyclic existence. And there are degrees of virtue and degrees of non-virtue. The greatest degree of virtue creates rebirth in a God's realm. A medium degree of virtue creates rebirth in a demigod's realm. And a small degree of virtue creates rebirth as a human. And likewise, when we look at non-virtue, the greatest degree of non-virtue gives rise to a hell realm rebirth. A medium degree of non-virtue gives rise to a hungry ghost realm rebirth. And a small degree of non-virtue gives rise to an animal realm rebirth. So this is what's being spoken of here when we look at actions and their consequences. And those are, as explained, which actions lead to which consequences. Decent.
Ta gawa chini chonsong ge wa de la dang lama ye dang mele che gres me gawa chini chonsong ge ne chonsong je ne nyawa ye da tunul che gres nga su pachan de yo der bota cerebral che gu do ta cerebral.
So we find in the Buddhist philosophy that the small, medium, and great degrees of virtue create the gods, demigods, and human realms, and the small, medium, and great degrees of non-virtue create the hell, hungry ghost, and animal realms. This is what we state as Buddhists. It'd be interesting to see what a scientist would say. What would the scientists say? So we can't see the hell realm, we can't see with the hungry ghost realm, but we do see animals. We don't see gods, but we are able to see the Nejung God, the oracle, occur. So one of the signs that there is a God is this actual activation of the Nejung oracle, who is a human, but a God enters into this human and then is able to interact through this body of the monk. I believe the current oracle is a monk at Nejung, and speak in the God's language. Translator's note, just for anybody who doesn't know, Nejung is a small monastery. It's now in India, but it was in Tibet before. The Nejung oracle is a specific god who's considered a protector of the Dalai Lama. And Nejung is, and according to this monastery, and according to the Dalai Lama, and I've seen it for my eyes, the Nejung god enters into this monk in order to advise and give advice. And there's a whole ceremony and an invocation, and they invite the deity to come, and then it takes him over, and then he speaks in this strange language, and then it's interpreted. And this is how the Dalai Lama actually made it from Tibet to India in 1959. The oracle gave him the route. So just as a history of Tibet, we don't have these sorts of things, and it may sound strange, but they believe 100% in this. And whenever there's an important decision, the Dalai Lama goes to this oracle, and the ceremony is done, and it takes over. And you can actually look it up. It might even be online where you could see a video of it taking place. They might actually have allowed, I think, video of it now. You can see it. So that is I'm sorry to, again, just a little background for anybody who doesn't know what the Nejung oracle is. It may sound strange, but it is something that's heavily relied upon and believed in. And you can go to Dharamsala and actually see it yourself whenever the oracle does the takeover. I don't know what it's literally should be called, but whenever that experience occurs. Okay, Gongyal me bachi Rinpoche. Nga the Nejung the Dundagar the Lobsang Kangin Sina Konso Hako Gomar. He said okay. I was just telling him what I was just explaining about the Nejung was. Okay, Gongyal me bachi.
That deba chini chonsong nyawa yeda tundro. Ane gawa chini chonsong lama yi. Ane melche ya. Wata su kangalo. Ane nabi chule. Chudla ngaju to kuju ni ma yo marwa.
Leso.
What to kuju ngaju is na kuju de. Kuju la shindu kuju to chozu kuju ni ga na.
Leso.
Shindu kuju la urta. Shindu kuju.
Leso. So when the small, medium, and great degree of virtue gives rise to the gods, demigods, the humans, demigods, and God's realm. Small, medium, and great degrees of non-virtue give rise to the small, medium, great animal, hungry ghost, and hell realm. So what do we say this is as far as a category of phenomena? When we divide phenomena, we can divide it into two: manifest phenomena and hidden phenomena. And when we look at hidden phenomena, there's two categories: generally hidden phenomena and then extremely hidden phenomena. When we look at this idea of the small, medium, and great degrees of virtue and non-virtue creating the higher and lower realms, this categorically falls under extremely hidden phenomena. It's not manifest or hidden, it's extremely hidden. Decent.
Then you cannot say shas. And the Shinto Goju read the Shekaba Yinza, Tamu Tombani then Ures,
Less so.
Tombani then Shesasuna, and Tele Shinto Goju read She Ures. Then you cannot say shas.
So when we arrive at subjects that are extremely hidden phenomena, we might have some sort of doubt. We might have some sort of difficulty in believing. So we find in Arya Deva's 400 verses a quote to show us what will help us with that. It says, "Whoever doubt what the Buddha said about that which is extremely hidden should rely on emptiness and gain conviction in the Buddha alone, or in him alone." And the meaning of this is that if this extremely hidden phenomena is something that you doubt, that causes doubts, study something just as a translator's note that's hidden phenomena that you can rely on a correct sign to decipher. And that's what Arya Deva's 400 verses says, that you study something such as emptiness, which is hidden, and then which you can prove through intelligence, and then you develop with inference through faith, inference through belief, ichiteba, an inferential faith. This is how you arrive at a belief in something like an extremely hidden phenomenon, such as the relationship between the small, medium, and great degrees of non-virtue and virtue, and their arisals of lower and higher realms. Decent. And then also we find in Dharmakirti's Pramanavartika Karika, the Dharmakirti's commentary on the Compendium of Valid Cognition, where it states that you alone have explained the Four Noble Truths. Through this basis, believe in the other points, something to this effect. Through that you alone have spoken the Four Noble Truths. Based on this, believe in the other points made. Believe there is belief in other points made. Decent.
Yeah. Tejendo ngandu jo manju gazi dang ngabudang jela nebi jala soba dans sojala menena sojada jibi kandang shedang sajudang soja mebe zadun na la jingulas Namgyal Monastery de Tibetan Buddhism jingulas ranga jela pembe sheto luna rang le pembe sheto jela ranga jela pembe sheto ne luna do dan chun dan madan cha jino se Tibetan Buddhism ranga jela ne be sheto luna do dan chun dan madan chang hao ina Tibetan Buddhism jinos what about the jire
Dene dasi dang gutso. Okay, so just reading to the end, I'll reread. Likewise, you must meet requests for things to play with that do not become a cause of taking a miserable rebirth. Traps, etc., that do not harm others. Dry or wet places inhabited by living beings when no harm will come to the beings. And food and drink which do not have any bugs. You should give even poison, weapons, fire, and alcohol if people ask for them in order to benefit themselves or others. Rinpoche, the soncha kandre penyu. Do kandre penyu.
What the do pento to say word.
I was just asking, what's an example ultimately of a weapon benefiting or poison benefiting. A poison, you could say, can become medicine. I get that. But a weapon, I was just asking. There's soncha kandre pain.
Chunja to ko cheal the ne shigubaje, ne shimatu baina, and then chunja to tula so the Jibatan Colpena, or Cotella then Shindagrota. Chunja then Shindagra, Tula then Shindagra, Kumashi, Mashi the Mandibat and the Yobaina, and the Ticheto, Chunja Jimbata, two Jimbata Baina, and Kushial Pento Noro.
It's saying if it, in some way that these things are for harming, then that they shouldn't be given. But if they aren't being given for reason of harm, then they can be given.
The Sanzin Jimbi Sanzin Jimba, and the Sayaton about the Sanzin Jimbi Tse, Huamba de la Shubadan, Jobini Urota, Tembatan, Jobajini Shuna, and the Karashagure, Shubadli Jibatan Ure, Jubli Jibatan Ure, Shashena. Tela Tambune, Huambolatini, Huambote, Nishuna, Niki Duba, Duba Nuna, Niki Duba, Shubatan Jubiniga, Duba Duba Nuna, Du Nuna ne, Niki Duba Gawa, Shubatan, Jubiniga, Duba Duba Nuna, Shubatan. And Jubiniga the Batcongures, Kawa Shala, Manu Nane, and the Jubite the Batcongures, Manu Nane, JB the Ba, Dubashaw, Dubashaw Champi, Hodu Tana, Hodu Tawa Sheba, Sheba Yimbe, Nigi the Ba, Komanu it's Jizang, ne, Eugene de Tamune, Jamban de la, Simbe, ne Chungo, Dugo, Nyanto, Masenshis, or the Jibatan, what the Jubutik de Bakampi, Jibatan Vayene, Shubucheron, ne, Momadu, Modugo, Nyanto, Gundu, Nyanto. Masenshis, and the Jubilee Yambatama is the Shubu Sel Jim, their Madishi Urota, what in the Sama Deba Majis, Majishi, J. Chinjambu, Goashines, Chitubo, Sudan Tamada, or the Jeju Maris,
Lesso,
Jambu, Goashine, Jobatan, Jobatan Madambi. Deba Duba Shaws, Jobata Madema, Jubatik and Deba Duba Shaws, Shaws, whatever the Chile.
Okay, so here we have a kind of a question and answer debate format. It's called what should you do when you are giving material gifts and two persons ask for you for something? One whom is poor and the other whom is wealthy. They reply, if you are confronted by both of them right from the first, you are able to fulfill both of their wishes, you should do so. If you are unable to do this, however, you should first think, I will fulfill the wishes of the poor person and work to give the gift to this person. So you should let the wealthy one know the situation, saying with soothing words, my friend, and I'm looking at the Tibetan. This almost reads as if it's a white lie, and I don't think it reads like that in the Tibetan. It reads like, I have planned on giving first. So it's almost, it reads like, you hear how it reads in the English, and I don't think it reads like that in the Tibetan. I think it reads like, use nice soothing words like, I'm planning on giving this to the poor person first, but I will work towards getting this for you. So I just don't want it to look like there's like an encouragement to lie. And I don't think that's what it says in the Tibetan. It's saying just use nice words. And Rinpoche said don't use words that are like harsh words or some kind of bad words when you're saying this to the person. Use nice words. It says soothing words here. So it's saying that just say it in a nice way, that first I will be giving it to the poor person, and then I'm going to work towards your needs. And don't think in any way that I've spurned you or put someone, this is something against you. And then fulfill the wishes of the person who has no wealth. So it's just saying nice words. Then Rinpoche the zun sheba yomare gangin said the indicate debts zun yure the ngama nge salo dansan the poor the ngul tegare ngama nge salo dansan then the puik the yomare then nge det sanzusun.
Okay. Tetabi jimbala lutu dadane Shansen ji dongba zong yu le dongbo wala shinto kechewa shanshu senpe dongba langkenge ne kanza tulu shira kechewa res kechewa na yu jide jiwa yin song re jirma ji jide minsi meba na la shansa yu gongba yin do shanshu senpe sa gongba yin do sheba sha os wad song re.
So I have written about the ways to learn these things of giving because they are extremely important for beginners who are keeping the bodhisattva vows. With the exception of some special cases, I have explained all in accordance with the intended meaning of the bodhisattva levels. J. Rinpoche has utilized Master Asanga's Shansa in order to explain this, except in some cases where there's extra information.
Yimba tonga manu na chetar shawa nes ne yimba tonga nugu mundu na ne kanda che gures chetar shawa ne huang bi hang yi che sene nue na de nyang do ngabun de da dang ngabun de dang da duen me zawa tre de jang da ndoro dāgay jāng dāng dōrō dē nā dā dāng wā lā yī gāwā dāng hīmbā lāng dē chī tū shā wō nyā chī tū shā nā nā yīmbā dāng nā yu mā dō nā wā dā jūsēn sān dā dāng wā rēs jūsēn ngā nā shēn dā gārē ngā bā dāng dā tēn dā gārēs tēn nā dā dāng wā lā yī gāwā dāns, nā yīmbā dāng gāba jē gu rēs, yīmbā lāng dē chī tū shā wōs, chī tū shā wō. Nā dāng nā chī tū jī tsē, nā lā chāba mañchū shīns, chā lā dē yīmbā dāng gā yī na, nā yīmbā dāng nā, nā dā shī yī tsē, nā shī tū jī tsē, nā lā chaba manju shins, nā shī tu chala chaba yungu ma res, chaba manju shin, joba men la, ga shin, rāmba jiwu nyā tu sāng sos, nā joba men la, ga shin, jisu yi rāng yungu res, rāmba jiwu nyā tu sāng lu tāng gu res, tata sāng chāng tāng ma nū nās, tanda sāng tāng bā yinā tanda yinpa tāng nū gu mū tū na, sāng chāng tāng ma nū nā, dā nē tā dōng tū chōng shīn, gādā ma yin tē, gādā ma yin tē, tī jīn lā, le dongbo wa tang mo tong yu shansen che wang tu choba nyawan lenpa tawa tang da tang da gen zenpa nenpa la chis no wate da gen zenpa wate cha di wa res te la chi Chibutamba Zoban Jujin Dongwa Manzeba Manzedusus Chibutamba Zoba Guruna and what Zoban Zetus Zoba Guru Jason things Manzedusus Cheta Chodan sentient tantric Cheta Chodan sentient tantric Samba Zubanjoa Tedar Daki Jo She Luapola Koashala Koashawa Sonchi Koashawa Trashu Jenji Shuba Le Sonsos ou de Trashu Jenji Shuba Le Dole Sondos Sonsos Dene Pensunto Madeba Nyeba Jen Lawan Jen Pon Ishir Injis Sini Nyeba Mena Meba Maide Shansen La Sana Meba Shabdule Sonsos
Okay.
Shanju Sembale Sana Tenjena Ane Ndigmare Sona Shabdule Sondos Shanjin Dog Shabdule Sondos
Lessa.
Shabdule Sonso What about Jijana?
Lessa. Okay, so just quite a bit. Number 2 is what to do if you are unable to give. Okay, so just bear with me for a second here. If you are overcome with stinginess when someone asks you for something, think as follows. This material thing and I are definitely going to be parted by death. It will leave me and I will leave it. So when I die, no matter what material things I have to give away, no matter what. So they are all going to be given away whether we want to or not, ultimately. I might as well take pleasure in giving this away and put it to good use, and making a separation just as at the time of death. So it's saying that you might as well be generous with this thing and rejoice in this now. I might as well take pleasure, rejoice in giving this away, and put it to good use, instead of you're going to have to give it away for no use at the time of death. Rejoice in being able to give it away now. Making a separation just as it is the time of death. If you give this away, I will not have attachment to my wealth when the time comes for me to die. I will have no regrets and will give rise to feelings of pleasure and joy. If you are unable to give it away even though you reflect in this way, then inform the person who asks for it by means of the 3 things that they should know. This is described in the questions of the Householder Agra Sutra, from the pronouncements of Lord Buddha from the Kanjur, which states that you should say, I am new to the practice of the Mahayana, and I am still a person of small ability whose roots of virtue are not yet ripened. Also, I am under the influence of an ungenerous attitude. Further, I have a strongly grasping view of self, and constantly conceive of a self that which belongs to the self. So, excellent person, please forgive me, and do not make it difficult for me. I shall try to do just what satisfies your thoughts and the thoughts of all living beings. According to the Compendium of Trainings, this is to eliminate the further fault of each losing confidence in the other, but it does not get rid of the fault of stinginess, a fault in bodhisattvas that is looked down upon. So it's saying that even though this keeps the 2 parties okay with each other, this doesn't get rid of the stinginess that caused you not to give that thing away in the first place. And then it says, according to the Compendium of Trainings, that's a text by Shantideva. Shantideva also wrote, everyone knows, the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. This is another text that Shantideva wrote, the Compendium of Trainings. I think that's...
Pomba Keban Rawosa, Jirmichi.
Oh, I forgot.
John, the Senation, the Sene, Chunum Medi, and the Shantus and Pomba Keban Rawos. Passion Duba Lejan, and the Jedel Huala, Ngodo, Ngodo, want you chance, Horrors and the Ngozo. Hoa, Ngodo want to chance, Shindo Tuchon, Shindo Tuchon, Yema Manuna, Jene, Hoa, Mapova, Majubata, Mapova, Sudan, support the Jeju Marson, Majubar, Jambi Chikis, Nel Homa. Homa then Homa Nuna, and Sinjambo and Gomba Matansanata, Sinjambo Galawares, Jambi Chiki, Ti, Ejan, Jambi Chiki, Ti, Jambi Chiki, Nuna, Jene, Homa, Mapova Majuba. Chinjambu di Ejanju, what Jambajin is on what is on this.
Listen. Decent.
Ejanju. Shinji Longa Tondo, Wonjonas, Longa till Lesmona, Tondo Wonjona, Jene. Ichi ma menjuwa, Jombi Juna, Nabar Sambacha, Juna Naba, what the Jima Madame Jun to Saltan Gures, Seba Yonzo, Poncher. Nadensha's, Shezos, Nadensha, Sebat Monshin, Sazajin, or the Sazajigores on the Shezos, what about Fusion?
Okay, so still it seems that doing this prevents the cardinal transgression of not giving the teachings and wealth because of stinginess. Also, the Compendium of Perfection states, and one thing I forgot from before, I just was looking at my notes, when we look at inner and outer, so we have these how to give outer things, how to give inner things. Outer things are everything that is not person, so food, drink, cars, anything not person. And inner is anything that is person or the aggregates, the pumbo, the aggregates. So I think I forgot that from before, so if anyone who's taking notes, this is the difference between inner and outer. I just found them in my 2 pages ago notes, so just in case I didn't want to leave anything out. Now we have the quote from the Compendium of Perfections. If you cannot give because your ability is so small, though people come and ask you for something, so as to not make them feel low, comfort them with gentle speech. So use very nice soothing words to tell them you can't give them what they're asking for, to make sure that, as it states above, Lama Tsongkhapa states, to use gentle, soothing words to explain why not. Henceforth, when people come to ask for something, do your best to make them... Henceforth, when people come to ask for something, do your best not to make them feel low and despairing, and clear away the fault of stinginess. Earnestly strive to eliminate craving. So don't make them feel, use gentle speech. Don't make them feel low because they've asked you for something, or that you're higher than them, like this. Decent. Sumba.
Oh, that Jimby Gage Nebo Nebala Gene and Gene Dual and water Jeres, Jete Jimbatama Nibi Jimbala Magumba dance. Jimbala Magumba dance. Guba dance, Jimba dance on the Jala, the Jimba dance at Chubashano. Guba dance, Chaba Jala Chabatan, ne Chabatan, the wa Chabatan, Chabatan, Chanton to the Chan. Chabatan, Chambo Maton, Chambo Maton was, Chambo Maton was, Jimbadan, Magombadan,
Jepo Maton.
and then Magombadan, Gubadans, then Chabadan,
Jepudan.
and Chabadan,
Jepu Maton.
then the one,
Jepu. Jepu Maton.
Chabadan, Jides, Jidba.
Jepu. Effect.
Debu Maton was.
Yeah.
Jimba Dongi, you know what the Goba Yomare. Jimba Dongi no Longe, English, Jimmy Longe, change it there. Jimmy, no there, Jimmy Longe, change it there. What the Sukal, what the Maton Junior is on the said. Debu Maton was. Tell a Magumba, Tela Magumba, Jimbala Magumba, Tomba the road, Tomba Jimbala Magumba, Jimbala Magumba, Tela Tomba Magumba the road, Magumba. Jimba Shayu, Ze Yue Jindo, Huambula, Jim Mende Bates, Magumba said what it is. Ze Yue Jindo, Jimba Dang, Chala Yue Jindo, Huambula, Jim Mende Bate. Ti Nyebune, Nyebandene, Da Hue Jimbala, Kumba Majube, and Lamba. Kumba Majube Lamba de, Lamba, Neso Nyanto, Nyon, Ribashila, Tean, Jima Madonna, Joa Shemala, Sendelo de Longue, Dule, Jima Matuna, and what they ne Jimba Madonna, Joa Shemalaya, and then Jimba don't two mares.
Gapomare.
Gabi Mares. Shemalaya, Jimba Magawa, Juro Nyato, Sosor. Susutate, Jimba Shejins, Susutate, the Jimba Tangures, Shejes, Magumbi, Bagub on to shed the Magum on to shed Nudoma Jeju Mares on the answer. No was.
And Nipani.
Tomaji.
Okay, Tom. Then. Okay, so. Number 3, relying on the remedies for the hindrances to generosity, so the antidotes to those things which hinder your being able to be generous. According to what is found in the Bodhisattva's level compendium of determinations, there are 4 hindrances. 1, the hindrance of not being used to generosity, the hindrance of declining fortune, the hindrance of attachment, and the hindrance of not seeing the goal. And this number 1, not being used to generosity, if you look at the Tibetan, it's just the word for meditation, which is not being which we translate as meditation, but the Tibetan word really means familiarization. That's the way you would really literally translate what we say meditate. It's to familiarize. So the hindrance of not being familiar with generosity, which in the Tibetan it reads not meditating, if you were to just read it, not meditating, not being familiar. So that's just a Tibetan to English issue that at times we see this word gom in Tibetan and we translate it as meditate, but it just means familiarize. So here you can see how it becomes a problem if we use meditate, hindrance of not being used to meditate on generosity. It sounds different than being familiar with generosity, and that's how it should read, being familiar with generosity. The hindrance of declining fortune, the hindrance of attachment, and the hindrance of not seeing the result. The word goal is fine, but the word result, cause and effect. The word for effect is used here. And Rinpoche then quoted Nagarjuna's Precious Garland, where it says, from giving there arises wealth, from ethics happiness, from patience a good appearance, from virtue, from effort brilliance, from concentration peace, from wisdom liberation. So we find that in Nagarjuna's Precious Garland, and that is showing the results of the specific virtues. So here, this is referring to not seeing the effect, not realizing that from generosity comes the enjoyments, not realizing that generosity causes wealth or enjoyments, however you want to translate longshu. So that's number 4. The hindrance of not being familiar with generosity, or not used to generosity. And again, I just want to stress it so we read this properly. It's not having previously meditated on generosity, which is the hindrance. And what does that mean? You didn't previously familiarize yourself with generosity. The hindrance of not being familiar with generosity is when you do not want to give to those who ask for something, even though you have material goods to give. The remedy for this is to avoid succumbing to the shortcoming of not being accustomed to generosity by quickly becoming aware, examining the situation, and reflecting. This shortcoming is definitely the result of my previously not getting used to generosity. And moreover, if I do not make this gift, I will dislike generosity in my future life as well. Then be generous. So if in this life we aren't generous and we aren't familiar with being generous, in our future life we won't be familiar with it and then won't be inclined to do so. Diso.
Nyebo ne ndenya san de dangores nyebo ne ndenya do da koana kuite ne parubala pensen madan wa pensen madan wa huji le san yen ji wan do chube zhegung la soba dongen zhegung la soba dongen wa huji le san yen ji wan do chube zhegung la soba dongen wa huji leji ondo chube zhegung la soba dongen huji le san yen ondo chube zhegung la soba dongen wa huji le san Jenji Ondo Chube, Tregon La Sobe Dune, Huenji Leji San, Jenji Ondo Juba, Tregon La Sobe Dune, Tregon La Sobe Dune, Tregon La Sobe Dune Ji, Huenji Lesan. Huenji Lesan, Jenji Ondo Majube, Jenji Ondo Majuba, Jenji Ondo Majube, Tregon La Soba, Tregon La Sobe Dune, Tregon La Sobe Dune, Dune Zokawa Nyuana, Kede Jen la Pentabe, la Tene, Shon Yu, Zokawa, Mobanyuna, Kede Jen la Pentabala, Tene,
Junse.
Pentabala Karsa.
Pendapala dene junse. De Dungel de Dachiandala ne Jimba Gunaleji. So, let me that's a little mumble yure. So number 2 is the hindrance of declining fortune. The hindrance of declining fortune is when you do not feel generous because of the sparseness of your resources. The remedy to this is to make a gift after you willingly accept the suffering of poverty, thinking, during the time that I have been passing through cyclic existence, I have not helped others and have experienced many unbearable sufferings, such as thirst, hunger, and the like, because of being under the control of something else. That is my former karma. I'll read all. So even if I die from suffering of this lifetime on the account of my helping others, it is just better for me to be generous, whereas to turn away the person who asked me for something is not all right. Even in the absence of those resources, I will survive on some sort of wild plant. So it's just saying that no matter what, I will keep giving. Even if it looks like I don't have a lot, I will keep giving. Nene.
Da magomba dan gubas, ne magombi onge, ne jebatan manu batan. Da niba gubas, jobu chane.
Itsar.
Niba ne longshu hajan chungwa la, tenne, tongyu sen majeba des. Longshu hajan gubala tenne, tongyu sen majeba, jebatan manu bades, ta.
Did loso.
Ndazazwa.
Then nipa kanga loso.
Ja. Ndazazwa do tere.
Longshu. Lajan then sumja jechu jj. Sumba ne. Jechu jj. Sumba ne.
Sumba ne.
The datayan.
Jeja je. Shedo wanshin. Chudo jobala. Chane. And then Luambula sa. Chane Luambula Matayu Sen Mejowates. Or the Chane on the Jibatan and the Jibatan Solomon Jibates.
That's so. De Nyempo.
Ti nyebo. Ti nyebo. Ti nyebo. Ti nyebo. Ti nyebo.
Choppy.
Chabi nyebas. Chabi nyebo nyuwa. Yeah. Ti nyebo. Ti nyebo.
Choppy neba du nyorwa.
Same as you want.
Ripa jine. Da dunyawa la.
Ti nyebo. 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 Nyebo ne. Nyebo ne. Nyeba. Nyeba nyuwa.
Chapa Junior, right?
Chua de.
Then chala mate gangen sena the chala nge sampa shere yapudu. Then the chapa nyepo gare the chapa Jun mambo yure.
Otan is on this.
Nge sampa. The chiwa dan lenja dangwe.
Okay.
The chiran san logari be. Not to karma nishu sanga. Okay. So I'm just going to read number 3. Maybe there's some problem with eyes right now. So I'm going to just read number 3. Then we're going to do just question and answer. And then we'll end there. So the hindrance of attachment is when you do not feel generous in as much as you become attached to extremely attractive and excellent material goods that are to be given. The remedy for this is to quickly become aware of your shortcoming of attachment, and then to think this mistaken notion that thinks I am happy with regard to what is by nature suffering will bring me suffering in the future. Understand this and eliminate your attachment and give away your material things. So recognizing that these material things are the truth of suffering, so there's no reason to be attached to them, and then also recognizing that attachment has its faults. So we're going to end there with the book. Anyone have questions?
We'll skip it this time because we have 2
Oh, okay. We're going to actually end here because we have Rinpoche's Tibetan doctors are here, so we're going to just end there. And concluding mandal offering and dedication. Ngatsu kagare gang instead of the pupime memba ire. Then Ted Sedu. So concluding mandala offering and dedication prayer. The fundamental ground is scented with incense and strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure realm. I dedicate whatever virtues I have collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of Venerable Losang Drapa to shine forever. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious Guru. I dedicate all this virtue to emulate the knowledge of the hero Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra as well. With whatever dedication is praised as supreme by all the conquerors who traverse the 3 times, I also dedicate all my roots of virtue for the sake of auspicious deeds. In that pure land surrounded by snowy mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. All-powerful Avalokiteshvara Tenzin Gyatso, may you stay until samsara's end. I pray for the long life of the precious Khensur Wanda, upholder of scriptural and realizational doctrines, spiritual friend who trained extensively in the 5 great philosophical texts with exceptional wisdom and perseverance. Suji Rinpoche Gutsi Shapi Denonang. Su Lamrim Chenmo Kongachi Ronang. Okay. Thank you everyone for coming.